Hello everyone, Daniel here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, I'll be doing a non-spoiler review for Black Adam. So stay tuned into the channel. We will have a full spoiler review. We'll also have a video just about the end credit scene. So yeah, stay tuned for all that good stuff. But let's get into this review. So Black Adam came out. It was released this weekend. Rated PG-13 with a runtime of 2 hours and 4 minutes. As of recording of this video, the Rotten Tomato score for the critics is 44% and the audience is 88%. Quite a discrepancy. I am leaning way more towards the audience, but I completely understand. Although the critic score feels a little low, I understand why it's lower than the audience. Let me give you a quick synopsis for the movie. We'll talk about some of the people behind the camera and then we'll get into it. Nearly 5,000 years after he was bestowed with the almighty powers of the Egyptian gods and imprisoned just as quickly, Black Adam is freed from his earthly tomb, ready to unleash his unique form of justice on the modern world. This is directed by Jaume Collet Serra. So this director also directed Jungle Cruise, which for comparison, Rotten Tomatoes has 63% for the critics, 92% for the audience. So you can definitely tell this director is an audience favorite, maybe not always a critic's favorite. Which kind of goes back to the Rotten Tomatoes score that we talked about. We have the writing team of Adam Sidkiel, Rory Haynes, and Sorab Noshirbani. And this is all based on characters by Bill Parker and C.C. Beck. So yes, DC characters. This movie, we'll go over each of the cast members, or some of the main cast members. I'm omitting some names to avoid spoilers because I think I would have to talk about that. We have, of course, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson as Black Adam. We have Aldous Hodge as Hawkman, Carter Hall. We have Pierce Brosnan as Dr. Fate, aka Kent Nelson. We have Noah Centineo as Adam Smasher, Al Rothstein, Sarah Sahi as Adriana Tomas, Quintessa Swindle as Cyclone, aka Maxine Hunkel, and then Bodhi Sabugnu as Amon Tomas. So yeah, I mean let's take it from the top real quick. This movie is a lot of fun. It's a little messy. It's not perfect. There's definitely a lot of things that I saw, but just the overall experience, it's entertaining. It's a blast. Like I got out of the movie. I was really excited. I'm looking for showtimes to go watch it again. I'm very excited to go watch it again. So yeah, very excited for that. As I mentioned, this movie stars Dwayne The Rock Johnson, who delivers a really, it's a very The Rock performance, but unlike anything we've ever seen, right? I think Black Adam is a character that's very different from anything that he's played in the past. The closest thing I would think would be the Scorpion King. That's probably like the closest thing because Black Adam is not a full on hero, but he's not a full-on villain, right? He's in that anti-hero line, which I think the Scorpion King kind of reflects the same thing, which is really interesting because that was one of his first roles in Hollywood. And he looks great. He has a presence. I mean, he is The Rock, so he definitely just has a presence every time he's on screen. He's very stoic for most of the movie, which is a little bit different. He's usually a little bit more charismatic and funnier, but I think this role definitely calls for a different approach. And I mean, he is just there. He's doing what he's doing. He's delivering promos really as Black Adam, and so he he definitely got into the head of his character. I'm very happy because he's been working, and they've been working to get this movie done for a long, long time. I think we saw rumblings of it a long time ago. This definitely does feel a little bit dated at some points. Like it feels like a movie from maybe a decade ago in some parts. But that doesn't mean it's not fun, and that doesn't mean I didn't enjoy it, right? Um, Also, let's touch on some of the Justice Society real quick. Aldous Hodge as Hawkman, he's great. He is like the cool. I want more Hawkman. Like he's just the coolest. Every time he's on screen, he's just got this charisma to him. He's definitely a leader. He's definitely like he's the foil. He's the foil for Black Adam throughout most of the movie. So very very enjoyable. Probably my favorite performance, and I mean this is no surprise. Pierce Brosnan is Doctor Fate. Both Ken Nelson and Doctor Fate, like Pierce Brosnan just really brought it. Really like very much like he is a character that's very confident in his abilities, but also the fact that he can kind of see into the future, like all that stuff kind of plays into his character and just add a bunch of layers. He also looks great. The costume design for Dr. Fate looks great anytime he's on screen, anytime he's dealing action, like fantastic stuff. Noah Centineo, I really liked his performance, which also brings back or gives us a little bit of a cameo of somebody else. Really interesting stuff. But yeah, Centineo was kind of like the comedic relief of this, and I really appreciate that. I want to see him do more stuff. I think he's a really funny dude, but he also like he embodies the Atom Smasher. I'm gonna put these next to together. Adriana Tomas and Amon Tomas, who are the residents of Conduct. I really like their performances. I think they are kind of the heart of this film and the motivation of this film. They embody the people of Conduct, which is really cool. So great performances by both of them, and they really have a part on the film. They're not just side characters, or they're not just people there to be saved all the time, which is really really cool. It's just a really fun way to bring those characters into this world. And then last but definitely not least, Quintessa Swindle as Cyclone. Um, Probably visually, other than Dr. Fate, the most visually impactful character in the movie, which is great. I love her powers. I love how confident the character is. Like she is just kind of a badass. Like even without the action part of it, like she's just kind of a badass. So I really enjoyed this performance. I want to see more of the JSA going forward as well, not just Black Adam. So really cool stuff. Uh, this movie has really great music all throughout. Really cool needle drops as well. I think they just kind of blend those in very well. Like I said, some of that stuff, some of those songs may feel a little bit overused or dated, but I think they really fit into this movie. So I really like that. I really like the whole production. Um, there might have been a little bit of overuse of CGI and maybe even some slow motion, but I'm a big fan of the slow motion. I mean, look at the stuff that I review, right? So I like that stuff, but I can see that being a little overwhelming for audiences. The movie was also a little bit too long. Maybe there was probably maybe 20 minutes that could have been taken off throughout the whole movie. But overall, like some sequences just kind of went on a little bit longer than maybe they should have. It's like I said, it's still a fun ride. It's really nonstop from the beginning, like from the opening scene. We get really cool action sequences. We get a cold open, and then just action after action. Like it really doesn't stop. Um, I love the approach to the Black Adam character, very imposing. But then there's definitely a story there to tell, right? There's way more to just this stoic guy that has superpowers, which is all revealed throughout the film. And those layers are really fun to discover as we go on the strip. So I really enjoy this film. I'm probably gonna go watch it again. Like the more I think about it, the more my score kind of goes up. So I definitely want to watch it again to see if maybe some of those things were just, you know, first time impressions are usually like you're usually very excited because things are happening. So I definitely want to do a rewatch, and then we'll get into it more. We'll talk more about this movie. We'll do some shorts about some of the characters and who they are. So stay tuned in the channel for all that good stuff. And as always, thank you for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. That is most Saturdays 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, and stay tuned because we have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, movie reviews. We're also talking about a bunch of anime. So yeah, we got everything on this channel. So as always, thanks for watching, everyone. Bye bye.